Hey there, Leo. How are you doing today? I'm so happy you're joining me for your comprehensive tarot reading, relevant for the first half of May 2025. I've cleared the energy in this space and meditated on your cards, connecting to the vibrations that resonate with your Leo spirit. Let's kick off by unlocking the affirmation that's whispering to you most clearly now. I am filled with inspiration. This phrase has selected you, so say it with me, either in a whisper or with confidence, and let its peaceful energy envelop you. I am filled with inspiration. I am filled with inspiration. Now let's begin your reading by drawing the 3 key tarot cards that will guide you through these 2 weeks. We have the Emperor, 3 of Swords, and Ace of Swords. Accompanying these is the Oracle card Owl from the Spirit Animal Wisdom deck. As for your tea leaf fortune card, it is Hills. I'm feeling a strong energy of leadership and authority coming through with the Emperor. You know that Leo heart full of creative passion and the desire to lead, but in this part of May, it might feel like you're being called to really step into your power in a more practical, structured way. The Emperor shows up with a reminder to get organized, draw up a plan, or even just consider how your natural charisma can blend with a bit more order in your life. Maybe you're facing a situation at work or in your personal life where you feel you must take charge or set some boundaries. Ask yourself, have I been giving clear directions to people around me, or have I let things slide because I was too focused on my creative ideas? For example, if you've been planning an event or project, this card might be telling you to sit down and structure your ideas with a practical outline. It may also be asking you to balance compassion with firmness, being like a gentle but steady leader rather than a bossy presence. What areas of your life could benefit from a bit of that steady, reliable energy? Now turning to the 3 of Swords, this card is showing up as a signal of emotional challenge. It might feel like a moment when your heart is aching from something that has been hard to accept. For a Leo, whose heart beats with so much pride and passion, this could be a reminder that sometimes even the strongest among us feel the sting of heartbreak or grief. Perhaps there's been a misunderstanding with a close friend, or you've encountered a situation at work that has left you feeling disappointed. You might even have experienced a moment of betrayal or a loss that cut deep. The energy of this card is not just about pain. It's also showing you that by feeling these emotions, you're on a path to healing. It invites you to accept your feelings fully, even though they might be heavy. Think about times when life has knocked you down and you've rebuilt yourself even stronger. What lessons has this pain been trying to teach you, and how can you use it as fuel to reassert your vitality and creativity? Ask yourself, in what ways do I need to allow myself to feel my emotions so that I can let them pass and learn from them? Then comes the Ace of Swords, a card of breakthrough, clarity, and mental cut-through. After the Emperor's call to structure and the 3 of Swords' emotional storm, the Ace of Swords steps in like a clear beam of light slicing through confusion. This card tells you that after difficult emotions and the need for strong leadership, there is hope for understanding and decision-making. It's like that moment when a tough decision becomes suddenly clear. Maybe you're at a crossroads in your career or relationship, and you are feeling torn. The Ace of Swords is here to remind you that there is truth on the other side of this tough period. It suggests that you might receive a sudden insight, or that taking a moment of reflection and being honest with yourself will lead you to the right choice. Consider some real-life examples. Have you ever been stuck in a situation where you just couldn't see the solution, only to have a moment of clarity that made everything make sense? Have you experienced an insight in a quiet moment or during a conversation that illuminated the best path forward? This card asks, is there a choice or decision that I have been avoiding, and can I use this clarity to act with both heart and reason? I hope you're finding this reading meaningful. Let me know with a like and subscribe to the channel. Now, blending in the energy of the Owl Oracle card adds a special touch of intuition to this reading. The owl is urging you to detach from the grip of overwhelming emotions and to start trusting your inner wisdom. It's saying that there's more to any given situation than meets the eye, and sometimes you have to step back to see the bigger picture. Think of times when you've let emotions cloud your judgment, maybe in a heated argument or a tense moment at work. The owl is suggesting that when you feel that rush of feelings, pause and ask yourself, what is really happening here? What truths am I missing? By giving yourself the space to observe, you can tap into your inner psychic gifts, that deep wisdom that you might not always trust under stress. Have you recently felt like someone was trying to tell you something from behind the scenes, or that there were layers you hadn't yet uncovered? The owl pushes you to allow your deeper senses to notice details that you normally miss. It asks you, am I ready to see the hidden dynamics in my relationships or my career, and can I step back to get a clearer view? Finally, the tea leaf card, Hills, reminds you that there will be obstacles in your path during this period. These aren't impossible challenges, but they are real bumps in the road that will force you to work a bit harder. Picture driving along a bumpy country road with gentle hills rising up. Each hill may slow you down, but once you reach the top, you're rewarded with a beautiful view that gives you perspective on your journey. The Hills card is kind of saying that while the first half of May might bring you some struggles, these challenges are also opportunities to grow. They're there to test your resolve and to make sure that you appreciate the smooth parts of your life when they come along. Reflect on obstacles you have faced before. What lessons did you learn about your own strength and perseverance? The Hills may be telling you to see these challenges as invitations to climb higher and gain new perspectives. Ask yourself, what are the hills in my current journey, and how will I feel when I reach the top and look back on the path I've traveled? Now let's put it all together for you, dear Leo. The Emperor's energy is laying down the law, encouraging you to take control and structure your life. But the Three of Swords tells you that some emotional wounds might still be healing. It might be that you have faced a setback or deep hurt that still lingers, and while your natural Leo pride wants you to hide that vulnerability, the cards gently invite you to allow it in, so that healing can occur. The Ace of Swords then brings in a phase of clarity and truth, suggesting that out of these challenges, a breakthrough is imminent. Perhaps you've been wrestling with a decision or stuck in a pattern, and now you'll see a path emerging, one that allows you to cut through confusion with a clear, decisive mind. With the owl guiding your intuition, you're encouraged to look beyond the surface. I invite you to think about this. Have you been reacting out of emotion rather than really stepping back to assess what is actually going on? The owl is your reminder to give yourself a little bit of space, to really ask, what do I need to see that I might be missing? Maybe a friend has been giving you advice you hadn't thought about, or perhaps a mentor has pointed out something subtle in your behavior. The owl is like your inner guide, asking you to trust your deeper senses and to let yourself observe without being overwhelmed by passion or hurt. Then the hills come into the picture as a grounding force. Life isn't always smooth, and these hills show up to remind you that challenges are part of every journey. You might be facing some rough patches where nothing seems to go exactly as planned. Or maybe there's a work project or relationship issue that feels like it's slowing you down. But just as a Leo, you're naturally courageous. These hills are there for you to conquer. Think about a time when you had to work through something difficult, a disagreement with a friend, or a professional setback, and how, once you got past the challenge, you saw things in a whole new light. The hills ask, am I prepared to embrace this part of my journey, even if it means putting in some extra work? And more importantly, can I see the positive changes waiting for me when I finally crest each hill? As you move through these first few weeks of May, all these energies are working together in a very dynamic dance. The Emperor's desire for structure can help you set up routines or plans that bring much-needed order to your daily life, especially during busy days or challenging moments. However, if you've recently experienced heartbreak or disappointment, whether from a breakup, a falling out with a friend, or even a letdown at work, this might be stirring up feelings that seem hard to put aside. The Three of Swords is calling on you to honor those feelings. It might feel like there's a big crack in your heart, but acknowledge it, learn from it, and then allow the Ace of Swords to help you clear away what's blocking your clear thinking. I want you to think about where you might need to apply this clarity. Could it be that you've been holding on to grudges or old hurts that have been weighing you down? Or perhaps there's a decision you've been procrastinating on because it feels too painful to face? The clear energy of the Ace of Swords is your invitation to make that tough call. It might mean having a difficult conversation with someone, or ending a chapter in your life so that you can start a new one with more honesty and transparency. The energy from the owl then overlays on this picture, suggesting that while these internal battles are unfolding, it's important to step outside of the chaos from time to time and take a breath. It's like when you're driving and you need to pull over for a moment, look at the map, and reorient yourself. Ask yourself, have I been so caught up in the heat of the moment that I haven't really stopped to look at the big picture? The owl urges you to not let fleeting emotions cloud your judgment. It wants you to develop a kind of mature detachment that still honors your feelings without letting them take over. This might mean setting aside time for meditation or journaling, anything that helps you connect with that inner guide and see things more clearly. Then, coming full circle with the hills, you have a beautiful metaphor for the journey ahead. Each hill you face is not just an obstacle, but a stepping stone towards higher awareness. I want you to imagine that every challenge you overcome gives you a better view of your life, much like climbing a hill lets you see the wider landscape. Every small victory on a difficult path is a proof that you are stronger than you think. Ask yourself, what lessons might these challenges be teaching me? How can I use these experiences to grow and become more confident in my path forward? Being a Leo, you inherently have that fierce drive and resilience, and these hills remind you that while the journey may sometimes be tough, the reward at the top is a clearer vision of where you're going. Let's consider some real-world scenarios. Imagine you're at work and your boss suddenly shifts expectations, creating new structures that require you to adapt quickly. The Emperor tells you to step up and take charge of your responsibilities, while the Ace of Swords gives you the insight to see the benefits of these changes, perhaps a new opportunity for promotion or learning. At the same time, if you've recently felt hurt by a colleague's criticism or a friend's unexpected words, the shadow of the Three of Swords, you might need to use that clarity to see their actions more objectively. The owl guides you to question, am I taking this criticism too personally? Is there a deeper lesson here about communication and boundaries? And then the hills remind you that, while these challenges seem steep now, the climb is part of achieving a better perspective in the long run. Or consider your personal relationships. Maybe you've been in a situation where a friendship feels a bit off, or a loved one's behavior has hurt you. The Emperor's energy might encourage you to bring structure and honesty into that relationship, while the pain indicated by the Three of Swords reminds you that relationships sometimes have their share of rough patches. With the Ace of Swords, you're given the power to communicate your needs clearly, perhaps by sitting down for a heart-to-heart talk that clears up misunderstandings. The owl then quietly nudges you to step back and observe the patterns in these interactions. Ask yourself, have I been reacting out of pain, or can I see the situation in a broader context? And as you work through these emotions, the hills remind you that every challenge in a relationship is an opportunity for growth. Could it be that by overcoming these obstacles, you're building a foundation for a much stronger bond? If you're wondering how the qualities of your zodiac sign play into all of this, remember that as a Leo, you naturally radiate warmth, creativity, and a need to be seen. The Emperor might be urging you to harness these qualities, but in a way that's grounded in the practicalities of day-to-day life. It could be a signal that your usual flamboyance needs a bit of discipline right now, maybe suggesting that it's time to plan that big creative project with realistic steps. The pain of the Three of Swords might feel especially hard on your generous heart because you love deeply, but it's also the kick you need to reflect on what relationships truly mean to you. The Ace of Swords then supports your innate confidence by showing you that once you clear through the confusion, your natural brilliance will shine even brighter. And with the Owl guiding your intuition, you're invited to see through any illusions, trusting your inner voice when it comes to matters of the heart. Finally, the Hills remind you that even though your journey may include some bumps along the way, each little challenge is a chance to rise higher and get a clearer view of what truly matters. What I want you to take from all this is that the first half of May is a time of balancing structure with deep emotional processing. It's a time when tough emotional experiences might be on the horizon, but they're paving the way for a breakthrough in clarity and decision-making. It's a reminder to stay connected with your inner truth and to let your natural leadership shine, even when emotions run high. Look around and ask yourself, am I giving myself enough time to reflect on these challenges? Could some time away from the emotional storm help me see things more clearly? I encourage you to consider journaling or even talking these things out with someone you trust. Sometimes expressing what you feel can help bridge the gap between emotion and logic, letting the Ace of Swords guide you to actions that feel both fair and freeing. Maybe you'll find that working on a creative project or planning ahead can provide the structure you need, just like the Emperor suggests. And when feelings of loss or hurt come up, think of them as the growing pains that eventually lead to an even more resilient version of yourself. Reflect on your personal journey and remember that every hill you climb, even if challenging, offers a new vista of your life's landscape. With each step, your understanding deepens and your intuition becomes sharper. This reading is about embracing every facet of your experience, from the discipline of the Emperor, the pain of the Three of Swords, the clarity of the Ace of Swords, to the wise and grounding insights of the Owl and the persistent challenges symbolized by the Hills. What if unlocking abundance was as simple as pressing play? The Money Wave is designed to reprogram your mind for wealth. Don't miss out. Check the link in the description. Now let's turn our attention to the central theme of love and relationships. Your true love oracle card is the Sacred Woman, and the tarot card is Death. With the Death card leading the way for this aspect, there's a deep promise of transformation on the horizon. In relationships and matters of love, death doesn't mean an ending as much as a shedding of what no longer serves you. It's like turning the page in a book. You might find that a phase of your love life that's been holding you back is closing so that you can step into a new chapter. Maybe you've been stuck in patterns or even lingering attachments that no longer fit your vision of growth. Think about a time when you felt the need to let go in order to move forward, whether it was a relationship that had run its course or habits that held you back from fully embracing your true self. Ask yourself, what is it that I need to leave behind to open up to a more authentic love? This card is urging you to embrace change, even if it comes wrapped in feelings of discomfort, because in that space of transformation, new love and deeper connections have room to take root. Adding a rich layer to this is the energy of the Sacred Woman, a card that brings an empowering reminder to both men and women that there is a wild, divine power within when it comes to love. Imagine a force so strong and authentic that it demands respect and honesty, not just from others, but from yourself. When this energy enters your life, it's a call to honor your worth, to set boundaries that reflect the respect you deserve, and to dissolve any self-sabotaging behavior. This card speaks about a power that isn't about playing games. It's about owning your strength and standing firm in your values. It's a nudge for anyone experiencing relationship turbulence to evaluate if they've been allowing a dynamic that diminishes their inner light. Maybe there's a part of you that's been compromising your needs just to hold on to a connection. Or perhaps you've let someone mistreat you because deep down you believed that's how love works. Now this sacred energy invites you to flip that script. It asks, am I treating myself with the love and respect I truly deserve? And if not, what steps can I take to reclaim that power? When you look at these cards in context with the general reading for May, which called on you to step into leadership with the Emperor, to face and heal from emotional wounds symbolized by the Three of Swords, and to embrace moments of clarity with the Ace of Swords. This love reading aligns beautifully with those messages. In love and relationships, there may have been times when you tried to take charge and control every detail. But sometimes, when emotions run high, you might have felt that deep inner sadness or hurt, like the Three of Swords hinted, which left you questioning if you were truly seen or understood. Now, with death inviting transformation and the sacred woman reminding you of your inherent power, you are given the chance to reframe what you need in your partnerships. Imagine a situation where you've been in a relationship where you constantly felt like you were giving more than you were receiving. It might feel as if the relationship was in a state of stagnation, a well-worn chapter in your life that no longer sparks joy. Death is here to gently push you toward releasing that bond or redefining it. It isn't necessarily a call to break up immediately. It might instead be a message that the relationship is evolving into something different, something more in tune with the new you. In that evolution, the sacred woman's energy insists that whether you're the one showing up with divine strength or you're witnessing that power in someone else, respect is the key. Have you ever felt that a relationship was testing your boundaries, or were you being taken for granted? This energy is asking you, what changes do I need to make to ensure that my love life reflects the strength and authenticity I feel inside? It's also possible that these cards point to your personal journey in self-love, which in turn transforms how you relate to others. When you honor yourself by letting go of toxic cycles and embracing your inherent worth, you set the stage for healthier, more balanced connections. Think of moments in your past where a shift in your own mindset not only healed past wounds, but also opened up new doors for love. The transformation here could be internal, a deep, soul-level shift that ripples out into your relationships. Have you been holding on to outdated ideas about what love should look like? Do you notice old habits creeping back in when you're in a relationship? This period in May is about understanding that letting go isn't loss. It's growth. It's a chance to build something new, whether that means mending an old relationship in a healthier way or starting fresh on your own, letting your inner light shine without compromise. In the spirit of the general reading, where balance between structure and emotion was so crucial, this love reading brings that balance into your intimate world. Just like the Emperor helped you see where you needed clear guidance, and the Ace of Swords cut through confusion, Death and the Sacred Woman are here to cut away the old and make room for new wisdom. The transformation may initially feel intense, even a bit daunting, but know that in every ending there is a beginning. Let these cards be a mirror. Reflect on whether your current relationships honor the authentic, powerful you. Are you ready to face those difficult changes with a spirit of celebration for what's coming next? And remember, when you embrace your true essence with fierce integrity, you encourage others to do the same, creating more honest and enriching connections in the world of love and relationships. So, as you navigate the twists and turns of your love life this first half of May, take some time to reflect on how you can embody both the shedding of old, limiting patterns, and the awakening of your divine strength. Ask yourself, what must I release to pave the way for the love I deserve? And how can I stand in my power to create relationships that are healthy and deeply respectful? Trust that by embracing this transformation, you're not only honoring your own spirit, but also inviting more genuine, respectful, and dynamic connections into your life. And now, the cards are ready to reveal insights about your career and education. Your Dreamweaver's Oracle card is Time to Feed the Hungry Heart, and the Tarot card is the Lovers. Here, the Lovers card comes forward with a message about alignment, choices, and connection. When you look at your work or study life now, it might feel like you're at a crossroads where your values, passion, and partnerships play an important role. Whether you're considering a new job opportunity, a promotion, a course of study, or even a creative venture, the Lovers asks you to listen deeply to your heart. It isn't just about romantic connection. It speaks broadly about harmonizing your personal dreams with your professional ambitions. Reflect on situations where you felt pulled between two different paths. Are you making decisions that resonate with who you are? Or have you felt pressured by others to follow a path that doesn't feel true? This card reminds you that when choices come your way, they aren't just practical, they're soulful decisions that shape the overall harmony in your life. Bringing in the gentle wisdom of the Oracle card, Time to Feed the Hungry Heart, the reading takes on a nurturing tone. In the whirlwind of responsibilities that come with career advancements or academic pursuits, it's all too easy to put your own needs on the back burner. This message suggests that even while you're making those big choices and forging partnerships at work or school, you need to remember to pause and care for yourself. Imagine spending long days juggling meetings, deadlines, or study sessions, and then suddenly noticing that your own creative, emotional, or physical needs have taken a back seat. This card is like a caring reminder from the universe, saying the work will go on, but your well-being matters too. It asks you to consider, have you been so caught up in moving forward that you've forgotten to check in with your own heart? Take a moment to ask yourself if you're nurturing your spirit in the ways that allow you to show up as your best self at work or in your educational pursuits. When you blend the energy of the Lovers with this call for self-care, a picture emerges of a balanced journey in your career or studies. The Lovers signals that the choices you face are deeply personal and that aligning your decisions with your core values is key to long-term satisfaction. It might be time to look at partnerships in the workplace or collaborations in academic projects. Ask yourself, who truly supports my vision and who challenges me to grow? Recognize that while a new collaboration or a fresh project might seem exciting, it should also feel like a reflection of your true self. For instance, if you're navigating a challenging work environment or a rigorous academic program, use this time to evaluate whether the people around you respect the way you choose to work and learn. Does your environment encourage you to be creative and bold, like the best parts of a Leo personality, or does it leave you feeling drained and overlooked? The Lovers invites you to find that supportive energy that not only pushes you toward success, but also respects and nurtures your individuality. Adding another layer from the general reading we did earlier, which talked about taking charge, dealing with emotional ups and downs, and making breakthroughs. The career and education reading asks you to integrate the need for structure with the need for self-nourishment. Just as the general reading called for clear insights and a thoughtful balance between discipline and emotion, here you're being shown that your career or studies will benefit from carefully aligning your choices with what makes you feel genuinely fulfilled. Perhaps you've been so determined to excel that you've ignored simple pleasures like reading for fun, taking a warm bath, or catching up with friends. These moments of nurturing yourself can actually fuel your professional or academic creativity. When your heart is fed, when you allow yourself time to relax, reflect, and rejuvenate, your ability to make choices that are both wise and empowering increases. Ask yourself, how can I integrate a little more self-care into my daily routine, even on the busiest days? Imagine a scenario where you're working on an important project or studying for a big exam. The pressure might be intense, making every decision feel like a weighty sacrifice. The Lovers reminds you that every choice is an opportunity to honor both your ambition and your inner world. Instead of feeling forced to keep moving without pause, consider scheduling small moments throughout your day just for you. Think about whether partnering with a trusted colleague or forming a study group could add a layer of support, turning individual efforts into a harmonious journey. This could mean choosing a mentor or friend who not only guides you, but also understands the toll that constant pressure can take on your spirit. In doing so, you transform the challenges of your career or education into opportunities that align with your inner values. In the broader context of May's energy, the overall message is one of transformation and clarity. While earlier we talked about taking charge and dealing with emotions head-on, This reading in the realm of career and education speaks of choices that matter on both a practical and soulful level. The Lover's card calls on you to ensure that your decisions, whether they relate to a career move or an educational pursuit, are true to who you are. Meanwhile, the gentle urging to feed your hungry heart serves as a reminder that real success isn't just about achievement. It's also about the quality of how you live and feel each day. Ask yourself, am I making space for self-care amid the rush, or am I letting work or studies consume every moment? This period is about finding that sweet spot where professional ambition and personal well-being coexist and lift each other up. As you go forward, consider how your daily habits can support this balance. Reflect on moments when you felt deeply connected to your work or studies, not just as tasks to complete, but as parts of your personal journey that inspire you. Now is a time to assess whether you're living in a way that respects both your drive to succeed and your need to nurture your inner world. The message here is clear. It's not about choosing one over the other, but about creating a synergy where informed decisions and heartfelt care come together. When you combine these energies with what the general reading offered, a mix of structured leadership, deep emotional processing, and refreshing clarity, you're set to navigate any decisions in your career or education with courage and self-love. So as you navigate the first half of May, let your choices in work or school reflect not just your goals, but also your soul's desire for nurturing and growth. Remind yourself that every important decision you face is a chance to honor your true self. Have you been giving yourself enough time to rest and recharge? What partnerships or changes can you invite into your professional or academic life that resonate with your inner truth? Take these moments of reflection as an opportunity to blend practical decisions with the love and care you need for a truly fulfilling path. Moving on, let's take a look at the opportunities surrounding your personal and spiritual growth. Your self-care wisdom oracle card is self-worth, and the tarot card is Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups is a card that often comes up when there are so many different options in front of you that it's hard to know what feels right. It's like standing in a dream market, where each cup holds a different possibility, from the alluring to the deceptive. You might be feeling pulled in many directions, not just in your spiritual journey, but also in your everyday personal life. This card is gently asking you to be mindful about where you invest your energy. Think about the times when you've been caught up in a whirlwind of ideas, hoping for something magical to happen. Ask yourself, are these dreams really in tune with who I am deep down? Or am I chasing after illusions that only offer fleeting satisfaction? Then, there is the self-worth message that hits right at your core. You deserve a whole meal, not just crumbs. This is a call to value yourself fully, and to recognize that you are worthy of the most nourishing, abundant gifts life can offer. It's easy to settle for bits and pieces, especially when life feels overwhelming or choices seem endless like those in the Seven of Cups. When looking at your personal or spiritual growth, it might be time to reflect on whether you are giving yourself enough credit or care. Have you been accepting less than you truly deserve? In your quest for growth, whether that means learning new things about yourself, diving deeper into spirituality, or making everyday choices that uplift you, it's important to remember that you shouldn't compromise on what nurtures you at the deepest level. When you combine these energies with the broader themes we saw in the general reading, where the call to take charge and seek clarity amid emotional challenges was clear, you get a picture of a time when it's not just about choosing any option, but about choosing the one that resonates with your inner truth. The Seven of Cups might show you all these dazzling opportunities and ideas, but the self-worth energy is there to remind you that amidst the many choices, you must prioritize what brings true nourishment to your soul. It's like being offered a smorgasbord, yet you need to remember that your hunger is for something substantial and satisfying. What dreams have you been holding on to that truly fill you up? What ideas in your spiritual or personal journey have the potential to transform you, instead of leaving you feeling a little empty? Imagine you've been exploring different paths. Maybe you've dabbled in various self-help practices, alternative spiritual beliefs, or even new hobbies that promise a fresh start. The Seven of Cups encourages you to explore, to keep your options open, but it also gently warns against scattering your energy too much. Meanwhile, the self-worth message is a loving reminder to stop compromising your needs. Think of it like this. If you're trying to feed a deeply hungry heart with a little bit of everything, you're never going to feel truly satisfied. Instead, choose the path that makes you feel rich in spirit and whole in being. Ask yourself, what in my life right now truly reflects my inner value? What choices can I make that honor the full measure of who I am, rather than just settling for the easiest or most superficially attractive option? In personal growth, this might mean taking the time to dig deep and really understand what drives you, rather than chasing after every shiny new idea. In spiritual terms, it could be an invitation to connect with practices or communities that validate your worth and help you see beyond the mere glimmer of surface attractions. It's about getting clear on your goals and desires, and then choosing to invest in those that align with your highest sense of self. Remember how in the general reading we talked about cutting through confusion with clear insight, and how the Ace of Swords brought that breakthrough clarity? This is similar. Your heart and your inner knowing are telling you that it's time to sift through the many options, keep what truly nourishes you, and let go of the rest. Maybe you've been in a situation where you've overcommitted yourself, or let others dictate what you should pursue, leaving you a bit scattered and unfulfilled. This period in May is urging you to pause, step back, and evaluate. Are the choices I'm making coming from a place of genuine care for myself, or am I just grabbing at whichever option seems available? It might be a good time to reassess your priorities. What activities, ideas, or even relationships add real value to your life? And what can you gracefully let go of, knowing that by doing so, you're making space for something even more nourishing? I want you to feel that this reading is a gentle invitation to dream big, but also to honor your boundaries. Your journey in personal or spiritual growth isn't about settling for anything less than what you truly need. It's about celebrating your worth with the full spectrum of possibilities available to you. The cards are encouraging you to dream boldly while staying firmly rooted in the knowledge that you deserve more than half-hearted attempts at fulfillment. Ask yourself, in the quiet moments, what dreams make me feel complete? And how can I simplify my choices so that each step I take is a true act of self-care? As you move through the first half of May, let these cards guide you to be both curious and discerning. Embrace the exciting multitude of possibilities like those presented in the Seven of Cups, but always remind yourself of the nourishing truth that you shouldn't settle for less than what your heart is truly calling for. Your personal and spiritual growth will be richest when you choose with intention and care, honoring every dream that fills your soul and every decision that lets you feel whole, valued, and truly fed. Overall, I'm sensing that the first half of May is set to be a time of deep transformation and realigning your life with what truly matters. There's an energy in the air that speaks of both endings and new beginnings, like you're being invited to shed old skin to reveal a brighter, truer version of yourself. Imagine a season where you feel both challenged and inspired at the same time. A time when the structures you've built may shift a bit, but the shifts clear away confusion to let in fresh insights. Have you been feeling like you're caught between what was familiar and a future that seems full of exciting possibilities? This period might feel like a crossroads, whether in love, work, or your own personal growth. Maybe you've recently faced some hard feelings and setbacks, but now those wounds are set to heal as you find clarity and direction. Think of it like cleaning out a closet. You realize that some things no longer serve you, so you toss them out and make room for new treasures. Perhaps you've been struggling with decisions, feeling overwhelmed by choices that all seem promising in their own way. The energy now invites you to pick those that truly resonate with your heart and nourish your soul. Ask yourself, are the paths I'm considering aligning with my deepest values? Or am I distracted by too many options that leave me feeling empty? It's a moment to decide what truly feeds you, not just in what you do, but also in who you become. There's also a beautiful call to nurture yourself. Imagine working hard day after day, pushing through challenges at work or school without ever pausing to breathe or to simply enjoy life. Now, the universe is reminding you that your own well-being shouldn't take a backseat. Picture a long road trip where you finally decide to stop at a scenic overlook, taking a few moments to soak in the view and recharge. Have you been so busy trying to handle everything that you've forgotten to take care of your own heart? This time is for you to step back, enjoy a quiet walk, read a book that makes you smile, or simply relax and let the day unfold. It's about finding that sweet balance between striving for success and truly caring for yourself. In matters of love and relationships, things might feel like they're in a state of natural transformation. You may have felt hurt or let down recently, or maybe you've noticed that some connections no longer light you up the way they used to. Now, you're offered an opportunity to transform these relationships, whether that means redefining what intimacy and connection mean for you, or even letting go of bonds that don't honor your true worth. Think about that friend or partner who challenges you to be better, or recall a time when stepping away from a draining situation made room for healthier, more fulfilling interactions. Are you ready to accept changes in your heart and open up to love that uplifts you? This is a gentle nudge to celebrate your inner power and decide what kind of relationships will truly support you. On the work and study front, there's a sense of choice and alignment playing out. It's like you're standing at a big fork in the road, where every turn could lead to an exciting new project or a new learning experience. But rather than feeling overwhelmed, you're encouraged to choose wisely by tuning into your inner feelings. Have you ever been in a job or class where everything just clicked because you felt supported and understood? That's what this period is hinting at, a time to seek out those experiences that blend hard work with personal satisfaction. It's all about finding that balance between achievement and self-care, making sure that while you're climbing, you're also pausing to appreciate how far you've come. There's also a message about dreaming big for your own growth, both personal and spiritual. Imagine standing in a vibrant, bustling market of ideas and possibilities, where each choice is a chance to nurture who you are. It's a reminder that you shouldn't settle for scraps when you deserve a full, satisfying feast. Have you been compromising on your dreams or letting minor distractions steer you away from your goals? Now's the time to reclaim your vision, acknowledge your worth, and choose the path that promises real nourishment for your soul. Taking a step back and looking at everything together, the overall vibe suggests that change, while sometimes hard, is paving the way for you to grow stronger, wiser, and more in tune with yourself. There's an underlying current of inspiration running through it all, a call to trust that you hold the power to shape your destiny. Even if challenges appear, each one is an opportunity to rise higher and see things more clearly. I'm feeling that as you navigate through these moments, you'll discover a renewed sense of purpose. You'll be able to balance the call to change with the need to care for yourself, making choices in love, work, and personal growth that are true to who you are. In the end, my heart tells me that you are on the verge of a wonderful breakthrough, a time to embrace change, nurture your dreams, and realize that you are filled with inspiration. This is your moment to choose a path that feels both real and fulfilling, where every challenge is simply a stepping stone to your brighter future. Trust in the journey and know that you have the strength to turn every twist and turn into an adventure. The energy of this time encourages you to move forward boldly with confidence and heartfelt conviction, knowing that you are ready to make every day count. Did this reading give you clarity? If so, please like and subscribe.